Hi everyone, I am Lady Stars on Fire. Real name is Michelle Espinosa, and this is our weekly Rune Forecast reading for November 8th until November 16th. Now, some of you may wonder why you never see me doing all of the runes, pulling them from the bag and checking them out. I used to do it, but the runes are becoming larger and I have so much more that they are telling me. It just takes too long to do it that way, considering I work technically with 4 different sets, which is why it takes so long. So I just come to you once I've already pulled the runes, so don't waste all of your time watching the videos. But I hope that it does help. Mwah. Hugs and kisses in the wind to you, and that I hope you have a wonderful week. To start off with, when I was doing the rune cast, long story short, this one did not come in the rune cast. It had a different vibration. It's much lower. Uraz. But it's coming inverted, upside down. Now, the reason I'm showing this to you is because I was just incredibly drawn to it. For the life of me, I just kept going back to it, and I'm waiting for the vibration, and it's a really low vibration. The rest of them have a high vibration this week. Now, the reason I brought it out anyway is Uraz. It's kind of like a warning for maybe some of you. Maybe that's why I'm being drawn to it. Because it's kind of going, get out of your head. If you're kind of finding yourself getting in your head, getting in your own thoughts too much, criticizing too much, that might be why Uraz is showing up to me inverted. This is not the time for that. Uraz upside down is obsession. It is misdirected forces, ill health. It is pushing too hard. It is domination by others, their thoughts, their actions, overdoing, rune of destruction when it is inverted, when it's upside down. Rune of destruction through uncontrolled forces. So what this is telling me is, for some of you, sometimes, just like last week, I had to have a girlfriend tell me I was having a problem and I just couldn't seem to get past it. And I was like, I don't know how to make it stop. And she was like, yeah, you do. You just need to get out of your head. You need to figure out how to turn it off and get out of your head. So for those of you who are finding yourself in that destructive way right now, whether you're misdirecting yourself, you're having obsessions about situations, and you're dragging yourself down, this is not the time. Get out of your head and turn it around. Because the rest of this rune cast is going in a very more positive way. So that's my way of what I feel I'm being told to tell you, hey, if the rest of this isn't working for you this week, that's because you're in your head and you've got to pull those obsessions out. It's not going to help you at this point. But to start off the week, truthfully, we had Iwaz. It may feel like it matches with that a little bit, and that might be part of that turning around process for some of you who are finding yourselves in those obsessions that might be tearing you in a negative way. Iwaz is the Yi tree. It is the axis of life and death. It is all elements. It is safety. It is strength, reliability, dependability, trustworthiness. But it points to issues of discipline, transforming change, and the need of those total commitments. But it may also show a great loss, a deep discontent, describes situations of denial, simple hardship, or deprivation. Maybe you're having memories of pasts or past lives even that are starting to make you have to work through situations you didn't understand. We've been having a lot of that this year. Or maybe it's the simple fact that it's that transforming change and that need for that total commitment. Like I said, maybe it's getting out of your head and breaking some bad habits too. It is the regeneration cycles of life and death. but death of something being the rite of passage here. That then brings you to your endurance, your sacrifice, undertaking the rites of that transformation. Protective influence. So it is very protective. Even though it may be giving you some denial and hardship, it's sending you in the right direction. Maybe that's just the only way to get it through to you, honey. It is a release of our latent powers, our essential polarities, and our principles of light and dark. But it is resilience to the greater cycle of life or lives. It is your power companion and the companion of those walking their committed paths totally. Couldn't get that out. I'm having trouble with my tongue. The only choice, it may feel like, is your transcendent consciousness starting to move you in that right direction. Now, I also had, where did it go? Sorry, I always have my book, because the minute I stop using my book, I'm going to get an interpretation wrong. That's something that you needed to hear. So I don't care if I'm getting good at it or not. I'm never going to go without this book. Asus. This is also coming in Rhodonite. It is unconditional love. Love of others. Love of self. Loss of anxiety. It is all about grace as well. Asus threw itself literally right out of the bag and into my lap. Asus is the mouth, God, Odin, air. Points towards communication, education, and growth through your knowledge. It can transform us through our inspiration or confuse us because we let others' thinking dominate our lives. Now, that would also go right on back with this one, where it said you might be getting obsessed and letting others dominate you. So that may be where they're coinciding a slight little bit. Indicates the presence of a wise or intellectual and gifted person. Communication, signals, inspiration, enthusiasm, true vision, and the power of words. Principle of communication and divine breath. Access of the source, as breath is access to the source. And it's the essence of all things. Inspiration again, song, poetry, musical incantation, magical power of words. Transformation through the Word of God itself. Rune skill of language, education, learning, dexterity with words, speech, verbal communication, intellectual and achievements. Exchange of views, the intellectual gift. So this could be either truly what we are saying, our communication skills are needed this week. Need to really pay attention to our words that we are using. Or it could be the information that we might be receiving that might help us this week. Could be through inspiration of other forms, like song, poetry, so forth. Even music for that matter. But it is education, it is growth, it is communication. Going along with our changes that are coming in. Then I have, like I said, the runes seem to be coming out with more and more, and this is why I don't throw the bag anymore, because it just takes too long when I'm going through like 50-some runes. And I don't want to make you have to sit through that. I want to keep the people who are viewing me. Now we have Soilo. Also coming in unconditional love, love of others, loss of anxiety, grace. So Wheelo is the sun wheel. It is the time of power available to you for changes. Points to revelation, clear direction, and the end of the blockages. So see, as It's telling you to get out of your obsessions. Get out of the things that are going to pull you apart. Get out of your head for negative things, basically. Don't let it pull you apart. It's telling you that, you know, some of your denial and some of your situations may be coming up, and maybe a little bit of hardships that you're seeing your way through. But they're there to show you the way through. And then we're being told about our communication, whether it's we're learning through this communication or we need it as we communicate. But it's bringing us to a time of power available to us through Sowilo. Through Sowilo. And it's available for change. Points to revelation of the clear direction. The end of blockages. But it can also be a journey over water or of finding one's way. Like I said, it's our navigation turning us that way. It is a navigation ruin. Presence of teachers or counselors, guidance, setting goals, pursuing a path, spiritual navigation, the beacon, the sun, and the light. Loss of illusion, loss of ice or stoppages. Sense of one's self-worth. Positive course of action, end of stasis, and into forward movement. Hope, success, achievement, recognition, and honor. Again, education is always of good fortune. And then our very last one this week is Jera. But Jera is coming in truth and honesty, which is always really simple. Jera always brings to us to remember timing. Natural cycles, waiting for results. The rune of harvest. Harvest of one's efforts. I can talk, really, I can. Points to attunement with earth and to the seasons. Jera shows the presence of someone who's working with the land or is in tune also with the environment. Cycles and seasonal changes. Patience, timing, rewards for efforts, debts paid back. Cycle of life, returning of energies, outward cycling. Natural flow from beginning to end, putting energy into the external, the relationships also with the environment. So see, remember, nothing happens just like that. We always have timing. We always have seasons. We always have our harvest. So right now, it looks like we're doing some work on ourselves, and we're working on our own harvest for ourselves, whether it's emotionally, mentally, spiritually, or just for today. I'm being reminded also that every time I ask for help in the direction of my path, of what is my path, how can I do my path better, how can I be exactly who and what I want to be, how am I, give me help in that direction. The answer they always give me, honey, they always give me the same answer. Think bigger. Never put yourself down. Just learn through your mistakes. Think bigger, and you can be anything you want to be, as long as you can stick to it. Just don't let the negatives pull you back. I love you. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will give you a new Runecast next week. Bye.